What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
There we go.
Whoa. We on the restart? Wait for it. There it is. Welcome to the Thursday edition of your show. My name is Gary. I am your host, and we have an incredible show planned for you today. Before we get to that incredible show planned for you today, we're going to go to the only reason people stop by to check out your show. That is because of the Maggie Cam. There she is. That is our beautiful Margaret. Maggie Cam, proudly brought to you by our great friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle and Maggie's boyfriend Leroy, always there to help you find whatever it is you need to make your life great, okay? I'll take you from good to great, as well as Kirsten, Shar, and Chris, also there to help you out with anything you need. If you're having a bad day, go by, say hello. I promise you, your life will get better with our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. That's a good Maggie chemist. A little bit of a teaser there as well of what's to come, as we have a very fun show planned for you. And before we get to our special guests here today in studio, we had a special guest stop by a little bit earlier, and we are going to play that for you right now. Take it away there, Phenom. Thursday tradition continues.
We're back,
with
baby.
the
We're
return of CTV's Matt Young. Give me some, brother.
Good to see ya.
You've
Good
been
to
gone
see
for
ya.
so long. How have you been?
Man,
How you
it's
doing?
been crazy. I've been doing a lot. So I know it's been a couple of weeks. I was back at the end of June, early July. I was up in Edmonton actually doing some football coverage.
Yes.
And this is really cool because a lot of people talk about international sports. We've got the Olympics going right now, and there's Team Canada hockey, but there's actually Team Canada tackle football. And in
good.
Edmonton recently, they actually had a tackle football tournament.
Yes, they did.
And it was really interesting because, I mean, you had Canada, you had Japan, you had Austria, you had Brazil, and you had these countries participating. And who knew Austrians were really good at football? But they are.
And
I mean,
Japan, too. They were
exactly.
showing up.
Got to the gold medal game.
wild.
And the U.S. Was there as well. Now, people have to remember this is juniors. So most of these,
Yes.
these are
World
U20,
junior. You were
U19.
saying World Juniors of football.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was really fun. We saw Canada. They won the gold medal. They beat
amazing.
Japan. But you know what? Like some of these players, like there was a guy on the U.S. He's being scouted for Division One. NCAA. So I mean, there's some really good players. A couple of Saskatoon Hilltops, and you got players from across the country on the roster. So it was really fun. So that was interesting. That was out at Edmonton. We were going to try and do something, but it never lined up for me. The timing was just never going to work.
You're busy, and that's fine. That's one thing we learned around here is everyone gets really busy. So there's never any issues, no hard feelings. It's all good, brother.
It was crazy, but brought some Saskatoon flair. It was on TSN. It was on tape delayed, which was really neat. So I had a blast doing that. And then after that, it was just taking some time off and needed some R&R. Did a little bit of fishing in northern Alberta.
Ooh, you catch anything big?
No,
You're like
not
me.
really. Well,
I never catch anything, big or small. I'll take them all.
I usually actually do pretty well. So it's rare that I don't, but it was just nice to be out anyways. I mean, it's just nice to get out and enjoy nature and play a little bit of golf and did that. So
recharge your batteries.
That's exactly right.
I need one of those.
But now back in Saskatoon and back ready to go. And
I'm looking up top here. I'm seeing something up top, and I know you made a tweet out earlier. I know something's going on here.
Because we always bring something new, and we always try to make people smile, right?
Yes,
That's what your
do.
show is all about, how Saskatoon and people in it can make people smile. So right now, the Riders.
Woo!
I mean, who's not talking about them? They're looking good, right?
Yeah, they play tonight, hey?
They do.
Jeez.
They play against the Montreal Alouettes.
The
Big
battle
game.
of the backup quarterback.
That's exactly right, because Cody Fajardo is going to be gone.
Crazy.
And you got Shea Patterson for the
Looking
Saskatchewan
good.
Roughriders.
Yeah.
He's looking really good. So,
Absolutely.
wouldn't it be a great time to release an updated modded football video game, and we're going to do it live right here on the Gary Nichols Show.
We have breaking news.
There you go.
We
Now,
are launching something here.
Right here, because people have asked me, does the CFL have a video game?
No.
And they don't.
No. They pretend, some guys mod here or there, but nothing, really full in. Yes.
Exactly. Well, there's a guy right in Saskatoon who mods here or there. He does it right here, and we got the game actually playing right now on the screen behind me.
Look at that.
We got Tecmo Super Bowl. Remember, he played for.
Can we say for the Edmonton team?
Elks?
Elks?
Edmonton Elks now. Back then it was Edmonton Eskimos.
So we can say that. Okay, good. I don't know the protocol.
And
so.
then Bobby Jurison. Remember, he played for Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Bobby Jurison.
Right. So Bobby Jurison, and now we got CFL Super Pro Football right now, and instead of Super Bowl, why not Tecmo Grey Cup? Right.
Come on.
With the CFL logo.
Right
with
there.
the CFL logo. So
it's right there.
Now,
I'm loving this right
now. The cool thing about this is we've done all updated rosters, right? We've all done. So if we go to team data, right,
cool.
we'll go to Saskatchewan.
Do you want me to throw the camera up there? Should we ISO on the
Hold on a second.
on the screen?
Well, we people could probably
okay?
see
You can see
it.
pretty good.
So if I go here, I can go to
There it is.
bring up Shea Patterson.
Now, did you put his numbers in there? The abilities?
Well, his abilities are in there, right?
Okay.
Now they're not very good right now because he was a backup. So so probably these abilities will improve. But when we did ratings, it was interesting because I was like, how do you do player ratings for all these people? I mean, I'm going to watch every guy, and am I the arbiter of truth?
Too much.
You're a 59. so
and then you'll get all the hate messages on all the internet.
What I decided was, okay, well, we'll take the original game and then we'll compare the ratings. So a really good quarterback in this game would be compared to like a really good quarterback in the original game, like Jim Kelly, right? Probably the best wide receiver in the CFL is probably going to have ratings up near where maybe like Jerry Rice had his ratings, right?
I see. So it's more of putting a CFL person into that position. Of where the top player is over on the other side. Okay.
That's it. And you try to have some consistency in ratings. Now, I'm going to get the hate mail because everyone's going to say, well, he should be rated higher and he should be rated higher. And and we're going to do updates on this as time goes on.
That's
right.
Fantastic.
So there's always going to be improvements that we can make. So we got the rider roster here with Trevor Harris and all those guys. And then of course, we got all the logos and all the teams. Man. And also what we've done is if you want to play this game, okay, and you want to play a season, right? We actually have put in, this is the actual CFL schedule.
For this year?
For this year.
Come on.
We put it in. So like, for example, if we scroll down, right, here we got Saskatchewan played BC, then Saskatchewan played Winnipeg, then up here you'll see Saskatchewan right there. They're taking on Montreal,
Kicking
right?
off week 8.
So this is the actual CFL schedule.
Dude, so it's not just something that you can play, but it's also like a calendar for you to know what's going on in the league.
Check Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
That's how you know when your team
is. That could be the catchphrase. Just check Tecmo Bowl. You'll find out who's playing.
We've done it all. Now this is I just do this for fun. This is just free to download, right? I just want people to play football.
Yeah.
And I just want people to have fun. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take it and we're gonna put it up here. Boop, 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 boop. And I've included a little screenshot. This is tecmobowl.org.
So cool.
So it's a website where you can get, and like there are hundreds of these. People make college ones. They make NFL ones. They updated. They make their high school. They make. I did one with the Saskatoon Hilltops in there, Regina Thunder, and all those guys.
So did a bunch of
these are just free and they're just fun to play on your computer or when you're when you have some spare time. So I'm going to take this and now this will be version 1.0 and I'll Tecmo Grey Cup upgraded player ratings, touch upload. So when we save it, so then we'll put it on here and I'll just upload it, save and submit files, and now it's uploaded. It's officially been released. There you go, Tecmo Grey Cup 2024 with some screenshots. You'll see everything there, and it's uploaded on the tecmobile.org website.
To everyone who says all the time, we need a CFL game. We need a CFL game.
We need a Canadian,
and
you know what? The funny thing is that lots of people will download it, but I think more it's kind of like a fun thing. Your dad can play it, you can play it, your kids can play it. It's easy to play. Anybody can play it, and it also it brings you back to when what games were supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying.
A 1 second upload, right?
And it'll bring you together. This could bring fans back to the CFL game. I'm not joking. Like as a guy, like I've gone through like such a love-hate relationship with not just the CFL but with the riders, just because I was so over-rider saturated.
Yeah.
Saturated. There's the word.
Saturated. We got it.
Yeah, I was when I was working with the Green Zone on the sports show, and it was just so much, and it turned me off of like the riders and of the league. And I've been trying so hard this year to get back into it. The winning definitely helps, and something like this.
Yeah,
something
because
like this reminds you. It gives you that nostalgia that you remember. I used to love this team.
There you go. And you can control your heroes that are on the field,
cool,
right?
Man.
So there you go. So it's on there now. So this is fantastic. It's got screenshots for anybody who wants to, who wants to have a look and all that sort of thing, right? So there you go. So we've got it on there. Now, what's really cool is it's also got a Canadian size field. So you'll notice that the field goal posts
at the front.
Actually at the front.
Yeah.
Right? Like the way it's supposed to be. Now this part I have to give some credit out. I want to give a shout out. There was a couple of programmers who actually had this already made, so I didn't make that. That was already there.
Give them a shout out. Who was it?
I did. Well, the gentleman, I don't know their name.
Oh,
They're
okay.
online.
Right.
But they made this. And ROMs like this have been around for a number of years.
Yeah.
It's just they needed somebody to kind of. It sounds like they needed somebody to kind of pick up the baton and
bring it all
do
together,
the next
right?
step, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, who's going to do rosters? Who's going to do logos? And I thought, well, nobody else is doing it, so I'll pick up a
Might
mouse.
as well.
There you go. So we got like the new logos and all that sort of thing. So we got and the most recent Toronto Argos logo and all that. Yeah. So
it's legit.
There you go. So we did that, and I got to give S Blue Man Tecmo on Twitter a shout. He's awesome. He's all things Tecmo Bowl, and he's been like a big supporter of me, and I'm supporting him, and so give him a follow online if you can. If
Absolutely.
all things Tecmo Bowl, he is a great follow right there. That person right there is a great follow. So follow S Blue Man Tecmo Bowl. I want to thank you very much. And yeah, so there we go. There we have it.
We did.
And speaking of some sports, or speaking of some riders, or speaking of that, you're gonna be watching the game
Tonight
versus Montreal.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm finally doing it.
Do you think they can win?
Oh, of course.
Big battle of defenses.
That's all I'm learning about this team is like this is one of those like very rare situations like the Baltimore Ravens in the 2000 there where you just the defense does all the work and you tell the quarterback, hey, just don't turn it over, all right? We'll do the rest.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Sometimes
it's the less mistakes you make, the better, right?
Exactly.
So go. I think they can win. I think it's going to be low scoring.
Oh, I definitely think that.
It's going to be low scoring, but they'll take on Montreal, and then you start to get to the meat of the schedule after that. Like Labor Day comes along, and if they can string together some wins, like BC's looking good. So
it looks like it's going to be BC and Saskatchewan.
BC and Saskatchewan are kind of jockeying for that top spot. So we got that, and then it won't be long till the Hilltops and the Huskies are going to be throwing around the football. And
it's crazy. I feel like I just opened my eyes and summer was just starting, and now it's like opening again, and it's like, where did it go?
Oh, I know, totally.
I have no idea what I've done with my time.
By the way, just for everybody who's out there, for anyone, like let's say you're 16, 18, 20 years old, I cannot handle the heat.
Oh.
Like when I was 18 or 20 it was hot, but you could do it. Now I'm like, man, it's like it is too hot.
It's crazy. We got the space AC over there. I got to run the hose out the door, and that's how we try to keep it cool in here.
Well, I finally buckled down because I was driving an old car that the AC did not work. It's a good car, just the AC doesn't work. It's like the one thing you need. So I finally buckled down and got a different car. Oh, AC.
It's a life changer, right?
I mean,
it's a legit lifesaver. It is. Like my Dodge Shadow, the '93 Shadow, barely has any AC left, but if you put it at just the right spot, you might get a little bit. So whenever I get something,
oh man, and you're like sitting there. I used
to
have a Dodge Shadow actually when I was young. I remember those cars.
Right?
Yeah, no,
so good.
So the old Saturn's gone. The Toyota Camry is in. So I finally got that. So that I had
congratulations.
That. And then you know what? Just getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
And I'm actually headed up north to do some wrestling ring announcing, which is going to be cool.
When's that going on?
That's going on August 3rd and 4th. It's BEW Wrestling. They're doing a show up at Christopher Lake and Candle Lake. So I'm going to be the guy in the ring weighing in at 352 pounds.
So sweet, dude.
Hulk Hogan. Well, it won't be Hulk Hogan, but you know what I mean.
They're doing the lake circuit, hey? I love that, man.
No, and it's going to be great. And also because it's up north, I can grab the fishing rod and head out to the lake.
Turn it into a little vacation.
So that's going to be going on too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so lots happening, of course, here at Saskatoon. And then you got the exhibition coming, the fair. Do you go to the fair?
It doesn't stop. No, I can't handle people. I got a huge phobia of crowds and stuff.
So when I was young, I remember I went on this ride.
Every day we go when we were young.
Yeah. Remember? And you'd go and you do 100 rides.
Yeah.
And now it's like, can I do 2 and like just survive?
It's a whole different level of survival, hey? Before it's like, I might get thrown off. This time it's like, I might die.
It's like you go to the carnival as a kid. I remember going to the carnival, and it's like, you're so excited. And now when you go to the carnival, it's like, okay, it's like trying to get through the jungle, you know? It's like trying to get through all the people and the garbage and the cups and the picnic tables. And then, well, there's the ride. We finally made it. Oh, no, it's a 45-minute wait in line.
Then you got to get more Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that's coming up, too. So, yeah, Saskatoon's going to be hopping.
I'd love to hear that. So where do people go to find the Tecmobile download? Tecmobile.org.
Tecmobile.org. It's a free website. You just go there and you can just download. And there's tons of other ones. They got like college football and NFL football. It's all free. You just download and just play to your heart's content and have a little fun. And
everyone who has said we need a CFL game, you have one now. So be sure to get out and enjoy it.
And the important thing is that you know, when we recreate these, I just like people just to have fun and enjoy it. And if it inspires somebody to get into video game modding, to like, you know, have like a, you know, create something really cool.
Every time you come here, we do
That's
that.
it.
It's so cool.
That's it. So we're going to, and we haven't forgotten about like Mega Man and any
of
there's more coming, Saskatoon.
Yeah, absolutely. His name is Matt Young. You know him from CTV. I believe the handle is CTV Matt Young.
Matt Young, CTV.
I'm always
Either way, you'll find
him. He's your guy for everything, not just modding video games, all the stuff that you do, dude. I learn so much each and every day. So thank you for giving us some time. And we'll get on this, and we'll talk to you next week. Welcome back.
Have a good one. There you go.
Where to get that?
There you go. That is the great Matt Young from CTV doing his thing as he loves modding those video games, and we love bringing them in to do so. As we roll on the Thursday edition of your show, and it's not just a Thursday edition. No. Today is a birthday edition, as we have 2 birthday boys in the house. Make some noise for Mr. Peterson and Jamie! Yeah, there's no studio audience today, so it's hard to do it. Happy birthday to you, old friend.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you're here. You are. You're birthday boy number 1.
Yes,
He's birthday boy in 3 days.
Because your birthday's today.
Yes.
Yes.
And my birthday's 72 hours from now.
Which is so cool. So these 2 jabronis over here, this guy I've known pretty much my whole life. We've been broing down for a long time. He introduced me to the other guy on the end, that jabroni over there. His name is Jamie. And my phone, his name says Work at Jamie still, which I think is pretty cool. Because
that's just convenient.
Isn't that fun? So I said, one day when we were starting this thing, I told you Work at Jamie. I said, we're going to get you in here. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we're going to do it. And Mr. Peterson, being the guy who brought us together, I figured he needs to be here as well, because this sort of became our little like super crew back in the old radio days, as he got you hooked up on the Work Ed program and you got rolling, and then we got shut down. So there was a lot of unfinished business for us, I feel like, and I'm so happy and proud today to do it here, especially when it's on Birthday Thursday. So first off, Mr. Peterson, what's your plans for your birthday tonight after you leave the studio?
Gonna go to play some recreational hockey.
Fun.
That's all you do, but I love that. I love that. How many teams are you playing with?
2.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Only 2, hey?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Playing net on one team and playing mostly defense on the other team.
You like playing out now, don't you?
Oh, it's so much fun.
That's what all the boys keep telling me.
It's so much fun.
And you're good at it, too, which is surprising. Isn't it, for a guy playing goalie his whole life?
If you play in a low enough division, you know, you all look pretty good.
That is so true. So you're going to celebrate your birthday with a lovely evening of hockey with the boys. That's your happy place, and that makes me happy because I know that's where you want to be. What about you, young man? You got any plans on Sunday for your big day?
Honestly, I think I might like go out for supper with my family. So.
Nice. You got any special restaurants you like going to?
You
don't have to say any. It's all good.
Well,
Here we go.
The restaurant of my childhood was Eastside Mario's. But that no longer
Oh,
exists.
easy now. Hey, what's a bada boom, bada bing?
Delphi isn't around for me either.
Jeez. What's happening to our beautiful city?
I
eh?
know.
Bring back the restaurant. So we got some food, some exciting. You don't know if you're going to get a video game, hey? You said you you used up all your video game freebies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's no good. We got to get you playing that college football. We were all sitting here watching the tape there with CTV's Matt Young, and we're all like, oh, man, we got to get in the football. Mr. Peterson over here, he's got the college football, NCAA 25 going on. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, we should figure out what we can do for this kid. This guy needs
Meanwhile,
something.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, getting word of this. I'm like, can you spare a copy?
Well, you know what we could do? Next time we get you guys in, we could do a Twitch stream over there with something like that, and we could just play online together.
Ooh.
Which could be very cool. We do have the abilities to do that. We got the N64 set up right now.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that made me think of you the second I saw it roll in here because you were like the only guy growing up that had an N64 that I was buddies with.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of our time was spent playing the old N64. So, Jamie, I was telling the story earlier off air as you were pulling up here, and I told you to see if you could get the driver, your bus guy, to drop you off in the back alley so we could get you through this beautiful garage door here, which we have a lovely setup for people with disabilities to just hop in, hop up, and go on. Unfortunately, due to the laws of driving people and all that stuff, all the
Laws of
rules.
driving dynamics.
Yeah, that wasn't allowed. So we took you on a little off-roading adventure to get you in here, didn't we?
True.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? You feel like you crushed it?
Yeah.
I felt like your walker was sort of like Bigfoot or like Gravedigger going through. You're just like bouncing over all the rocks, and then it's like, how are we going to get up here? You're like, I got it. Just lean back, pop it on. I got behind you, lift you up. In you go. And then we hopped you over here, rolled you up, hopped you up there, and now you're here. How
Yeah.
cool is that? Right? Like, that's pretty cool.
Honestly,
I was worried about how we were going to do it if you came from the front. It was so easy. You're just cruising on that thing.
Yeah, I saw all the ledges and whatever coming in here, and I'm like,
Interesting.
How does one manage?
You say it's accessible, but when I look at it, and when I tell you, I said, you're my first try on this, so let's hope we can knock it out. And luckily, we got you up and on and ready to roll. And I feel like that's a pretty huge accomplishment for a guy who, I guess, like, it's so funny to me that I sit here with you even now, and it's been years and years since I've seen you, and I feel like I just saw you yesterday.
I know,
Like you come
right?
in here as cracking jokes, and we're talking like about the time when you went on the air on Rock 102, and the first word you said was F, but the real word F-U with the other two, and it was an F-bomb.
The only thing you gotta do is not.
The only rule we told you right before. All right, dude, do whatever you want. Just do not drop an F-bomb. You're like, okay. Then we go live. All right, I'm here with my buddy Jamie. He's a work ed student from Aiden Bowman. Jamie, how you doing? You're just like, F. Oh, and then your face, it was like slow motion. Your face slowly went, and I'm just, remember how I was laughing so hard. I'm like, it's all good, dude. No one's going to yell at you, bro. If anyone's going to drop an F-bomb, it might as well be you. I'd love to see someone yell at you.
Basically, how it happened was like, you gave me like the list of like
The songs.
the songs that were being played at the time.
Yeah.
And you told me to like announce a specific one,
Yeah.
but I did the one below it. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
That's exactly how it went. And then the whole room, just everyone looked at each other like, okay. Deep down inside, I am laughing, like just loving it. And the reason I loved it so much is because it set the tone for who you were. Like, you're a real person. You walked in here and you sat down just like everyone else, and you picked your song, or you thought you did. You messed up, and you did what everyone does when they mess up, and it was all natural. And right to this point, like even walking up here, it's so cool to me to see you put that wheel into 4x4 mode and just power through all this stuff. And it's like, I feel like it's such a good metaphor for your life, dude, because like you were saying, you've gone, what did you say? You've had enough surgeries to be a cyborg? Or was that what I said?
Well, basically, truth be told, I've had enough surgeries in my life that I can basically be called a walking science experiment.
That's the one. Thank you. Way funnier than mine. The human science experiment. So why don't you tell everybody what's going on with you, what you're dealing with, what you're going through. What's up?
So basically, I was born 3 months premature, which therefore caused me to be born with a physical disability. And basically, how all that happened is, at birth, I had a grade 4 bilateral bleed in my head.
Jeez.
And then it was just this big giant thing. And then, yeah.
And now you're here?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes. You have some issues, and then you grow up. And the reason I bring this up is because you are such a fun dude. Like, we've been sitting here for over an hour, you and I, just the two of us, just hanging out and talking. We talk about every single thing but, like, the biggest thing of your life. And it's like you don't even acknowledge it. And it's so cool to see, because a lot of people get stuck in situations like that. And it's all they talk about, and it's all they focus on. And to see someone do the opposite of that is so, it's like motivational, dude. You're a motivational bro.
See, but largely the reason why I don't do it is because, like, given that I've, you know, grown up the way I did, with me constantly in the hospital, I've kind of always had this kind of mentality.
Sense of humor.
That, like, well, mentality and sense of humor.
Yeah,
That,
same
like,
thing.
caused me to almost feel like, almost like an outsider, in a way.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, well, maybe I try and, like, kind of,
like, stand out.
yeah.
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 Do it differently, so then people don't associate your issues with you. Because when I look at you sitting here, man, if that wheelie wasn't over there, I wouldn't even know. You know?
Well, because, like, I think that's my biggest thing is, like, the reason why I don't bring it up is because I don't want to be the kid that's associated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at you now. You're the guy that's here, and you're just a member of the team, hanging out with the boys, with your buddies from how many years ago? Like 5 years ago? Is
At
that how
least.
long it was?
You met him
It was-
5 years ago.
Yeah.
2019. 2020. Wow.
That's 5 years?
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was-
Yeah.
Math.
Says the teacher. Yeah. Exactly my point. The
Literally
worst.
taught him math.
Jeez. He taught you math?
I'm pretty, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like
How'd that-
twice.
Right, I do remember that.
Did you fail him?
I tried. I mean, I failed him every day as a support person and a teacher. But
Hey, well, at least you did one thing right by getting him in front of a microphone, because this is the place for this dude as we hang out on the birthday edition of your show on a Thursday. We have Mr. Peterson. You know him from not only goaltending and rec sports leagues, but also from bands and teaching. You got a lot on your resume. That's actually very cool.
yeah, it's not a great resume, but there's a lot on there. It's lengthy,
Lengthy.
not with work experience.
Just all the others.
Yeah,
So you're-
hobbies and interests.
That's the one.
So you're telling me that your work experience is about the size of my medical history.
Oh,
Which is-
snap!
Which, honestly, when it comes to my medical history, a bit like your job experience, or like work experience,
I feel like
is about the size of the Eiffel Tower.
there it is. I'd love to get the resume and the business report. The what are they called? Where they do all your charts and stuff. The list you literally just said that I forgot the name of.
Like your
Medical history?
Medical history. Thank you. I would like to see the medical history and the resume side by side.
Honestly, I would too. Like,
I bet you'd be close.
Yeah, my resume is just my stats, though. It's not.
All of his
That's why
goaltending
it's like-
and D-man stats
Yeah.
from a career in rec sports. Oh, that's wild. So, Jamie, I know that you have been doing a lot of singing, young man.
I have actually.
As
Yeah.
we were staying in touch, and you would send me your, I guess, like singing along to songs, and you're practicing on your singing, and you're trying to get into it. And then we hooked you up with Shane and Katie from One Bad Son. By the way, One Bad Podcast dropping tomorrow, episode 10, I believe. It's going to be very fun. Also, the All Out of Angst podcast, our little punk rock party we have with Uncle Mike from all the bands, or Matt from all the bands, and Uncle Mike from the All Natural Products, all of them. Episode 3, I believe, of that dropped today.
Great name on the podcast, by the way.
That's what I like.
That
I made the
that's
best.
an incredible
I
name.
made the best intro, and it was from the song "All Out of Angst"
Yeah.
by NoFX. And then before I even got to give it to the guys here to go over it, it got like, dude, you are so copyright struck. Like, what are you even doing? Why would you do this? Like, come on, but it's literally the name of the song and another song. It's really none of it mattered.
They
So
wouldn't
we
care.
didn't get to use it. So, but the good part about that is we used one of Matt's original songs for the intro, which then has turned into a song that we are actually writing during the show. So Matt from all the bands comes up with his guitar and he plays it, and we talk about it, and we have ideas that we want to incorporate into it. And eventually we're going to record it inside the tooth booth there in the recording booth.
Oh, I see.
So it's
I'm
like
a little slow
like-
on the tooth booth thing. Yeah. I got
Dr.
it. now.
Hausman Associates right there. So in the very back, we got a recording booth, and we are going to record this on. We're writing on the All Out Angst podcast, which is very fun. So shout out to Matt from all the bands and Uncle Mike for that little party there.
Very cool.
Now, as we move in to this new sort of chapter, how many songs have you sung along to? Because you sent me a bunch of them, and you're showing some progress, by the way, young
Well,
man.
I
You're doing quite
have-
well. I thought I'd have to give you shit at some point, but it seems like you're staying
You
pretty
can't say
committed.
that on.
Oh, sorry, to give you poop.
We had one rule.
No, I thought it was F-bombs.
Well, that was yours.
But it was an S-bomb. It wasn't an F-bomb. Come on,
Okay.
bro. You've heard this guy.
Two
Did you,
rules.
did you hear this guy talking before the mics went on? Come on.
Yeah, I was like talking like a sailor left.
Yeah.
Yeah, sailor
Like-
talk with Jamie.
That's it. Maybe that's what we can call it.
Nothing has changed.
That should be the next episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, it doesn't even matter how many you've done. Which one is your favorite so far?
Ooh.
Because you had a couple. I saw some Five Finger Death Punch in there. I saw some other ones. Were there any that really stand out for you? That you
Well-
feel like you really nailed? That crushed it?
Well, the one I feel like I really nailed was Castle of Glass by Linkin Park.
There you go. Okay. See, and now what made you like that song? What made you choose it? Just catchy? You just like it?
Honestly, I just kind of felt like my vocals could like keep up with the tempo of the music,
Yep.
Nice. I like that.
and you know, at the time, I was kind of semi-sad about life, but
So you had a connection to the song, to the lyrics. It called to you, and you said, I accept this calling, sir. And you made it your own. I like that. So,
Dang.
keeping that in perspective, would you ever want to sing in front of a crowd? Is that something you would ever like to do? Or do you think that would just be crazy, a little too much?
I don't think it'd be an angry crowd.
Although I hope not. That'd be pretty bad if
Come
it
to my
was.
classroom again sometime, and you'll have an angry crowd.
That's teaching humor. I love that. I'm throwing stuff around in my head, and I feel like with the amount of musicians we have coming through here now and the amount of bands that sort of we represent here with the network, I feel like there's a show that's going to be coming down the pipe soon. And I would really, really like to see if we could get you up on stage for something. I don't know how it would work, and I don't know when or how it would happen. But if you were down for that, if you ever wanted to, if your confidence ever got to that point, it might be something we could do. I just wanted you to know that.
I mean, honestly, I'd love to.
I thought so.
That'd
I thought
be
you were. I
sweet.
thought you were climbing up on me a little bit there.
No.
No. Okay. Good. Thank goodness. Let's get a little emotional. Shouldn't have brought up the Lincoln Park. Let's get them all set. We're gonna get out of that and get back to it. So,
Yeah.
What else do you do with your time, young man? What does Work Ed Jamie get up to now that he's not in Work Ed anymore?
I love that your name is just Work Ed Jamie. Also.
Everyone's got a handle. Hanging out with Mr. Peterson and Work Ed Jamie, by the way, here on your show. What do you get up to?
So I'm actually working at the Gordie House Sports Complex over on Avenue P.
Love that. Absolutely love that. And you said you're working at like sort of the front desk type of thing?
Yeah, so I'm working for the Gordie House Sports Complex, which
Yes.
is the big giant head honcho of the entire building.
Yeah.
That's very
sweet.
cool.
And luckily for me, my boss is a total saint. So
It's always good to have really good bosses, right, Phenom? Yeah, there it is. See that?
Well, Jamie
you
used
didn't
to
see it,
hold-
but he gave one of these. Phenom's our favorite. We don't tell the other guys.
Jamie used to hold court in the front hall of Aiden Bowman from grade 9 all the way through. Really, like.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Give me some stories. What was it like having to try to teach this guy, this rabble rouser, this troublemaker over
Oh
here?
my gosh. There's a lot of things I've tried to block from my memory.
Not just his sailor mouth.
Yeah, not a sailor mouth.
I can't be that bad.
Funny though, and like I remember just like looking over at like Miss Clark and other people that we taught with, and just
Myra
like,
Clark.
yeah, and she was great. She always liked Jamie, but she's just like, he's just like the most. He's lucky he's charming, because he'd get in trouble. But he's charming.
That's it.
You know,
That is
I'm sure they say
totally
the
it.
same thing about you, Gary.
Oh, you know, my mom likes to say one time one of the teachers at Bowman told her that one day Gary will make $1 million. She's like, what are you talking about? It's like, because he can really talk.
Yeah.
And that's like, I'm still waiting for that $1 million. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I hate to say I'm proving that teacher wrong.
You
But
got
we're
time.
getting there.
You
We're
got
getting there. I
time.
got time.
You got time.
Maybe before I pass, I'll have over my entire lifetime.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah,
cumulative.
Cumulative.
Like $1 million in total.
Yeah,
before
probably
taxes.
Yeah, and then it's just all downhill from there. But no,
Welcome
that was
to
the
Canadian taxes.
yeah. That was the only thing I was good at. Though I was like you, Jamie. All I could do is talk. I couldn't focus on it. Like school was so hard. Like just numbers alone, like math was impossible. Miss Roberts failed me twice, and then I failed at Nutana, the exact same class, math 830. I don't have a grade 12 math.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It was the exact same tests.
Yeah.
All I had to do was just save the tests, and I could have just cheated my way through like everyone else. But no, failed it twice with Miss Roberts at Bowman, and then a third time with Mr. Catrue at Nutana.
Don't worry about it. I got a 50 in A30.
So you still got it.
Well, I got it.
So I do work. I don't have it.
I wasn't as charming, so they wanted to get me out of
Yeah,
it.
well, that's fair. They like me so much.
Yeah, they liked you. They wanted to keep you around.
Yeah, so they just fail you.
I
Gary,
threatened
you're-
Jamie with that all the time. I was like, I'll just fail you to keep you around here if that's possible. But
Honestly-
work ed wasn't a required credit, so.
Now, do you have any stories about Mr. Peterson teaching you? Did he ever do anything funny or cool?
Ooh.
Neither of those two things.
There has to be some stories. What do you remember about Mr. Peterson as a teacher back in the day?
I'm
Honestly,
right here.
Yeah, by the way,
By
he's
the way,
standing right
my
or
mom is
sitting in
also
front of you.
watching, so.
Yeah.
So keep it, you know.
No, I want you to speak your mind, young man.
Honestly, it was just that, like, he was just an all-around great guy.
Yeah, that's what everyone says about him, too.
$5 coming right at you.
Very
Thanks,
well
buddy.
done. But Mr. Peterson, you'll be happy to know he's always been that way. Ever since I met him, all the way back, elementary school.
Back in
Always
his
been a
own
really
band,
good guy.
back
Yeah,
in
man. Living
something.
it. Yeah, was that grade 7?
Yeah.
Grade 7, then grade 8, you moved over.
Yeah.
Left QE, went to JL. Go Dudley! Go Lakers!
Well, that's like leaving the Habs to join the Bruins, basically, isn't it? Like, or
They're our
something.
rivals.
Leafs to the Habs. What's the
Yeah.
most rival?
No, it'd be Boston and Montreal for sure.
I remember
And-
you chirping Jamie the second you got into your like
I was warned.
yeah
Well-
Bruins fan versus Leafs fan, and you guys were just at it on air like
Remember we talked about
constantly.
that? You're not still cheering for the Leafs, are you?
No.
Thank God.
I,
Who do we cheer for?
What? You dropped your team?
here's why, though.
Like a turncoat. I love it.
Oh, I have a fun story for you.
Prove it.
Okay.
Buckle up.
Prove it.
So the reason why the Leafs were dropped was actually largely because a friend of mine who I got to know within like my first few years of high school, Connor Zeri,
Oh,
Actually-
yeah, dude.
actually got drafted by the Flames 24th overall in 2020.
Yes, he did. And not only that.
So I'm like, well, the Leafs are naturally disappointing, so I'm just like, I'll cheer for the high school guy.
I love that. That's the best. Okay, that
makes
is
me
a
so happy.
great
That's a great
reason to
reason.
change
That
your
is.
team.
Your buddy's on a team.
Yeah.
You're following your buddy. I love that. That was like when Endo was playing for the Penguins. We all became Penguin fans.
Yeah,
It's like he's
100%.
representing all of us. It's very cool in that sense.
Remember when his first game, he like broke his nose and got an assist, I think, against Tampa. I want
Off
to
his
say.
nose?
I don't know about the assist. His big
I think he
moments.
got a point and broke his nose in the same game. Endo can verify this.
He
but-
will. Well, he had the fight with Mike Richards that everyone always brings up, and he had the assist on Carey Price because it was against Montreal. That was his first NHL point, and it was on a
Was
penalty
it?
kill. Yeah.
Whoa.
But they all sort of come together, and I love how we all sort of have our stories about our buddies. Who
Every one of
made
my
it. Yeah.
NHL, whatever EA Sports teams has like Connor Zeri, Chandler Stevenson.
all the boys.
And as many Shens as you can muster, and
Just a Saskatoon
always had
team.
Endo. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
what we
know,
did. It was so cool seeing him in
Connor
the game.
Ingram. Actually, got a
Yeah.
good Saskatoon crew in that.
Well, it's
Kemper.
hockey's a pretty big thing here. I don't know if you
Luke
noticed.
Shen,
This is what
Braden
we do.
Shen.
Yeah.
So Connor Zeri, that's quite a dude to be buddies with, man. He scores a lot of goals. He does a lot of good work over. So, but
Yeah.
being a Flames fan, though, hey, what do you think about that? You loving it? I'm not chirping. I'm not. It's way better than Toronto. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well.
I'm waiting you to say, well, the outcomes are usually the same as
You
the
gotta
Calgary
find
Toronto.
a winner, man.
Yeah.
Come over to the Oilers.
Oof.
Our bandwagon is
It
big.
grew. It grew 10 sizes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the Oilers just recently got ex-Blackhawks guy.
Let's not
Stan
bring
Bowman.
that
Oh,
up.
easy. Yeah. Look, what's the rules around here? No politics, no religion, and no greasy stories. We're not going to talk about that one.
Yeah, let's not.
A little bit of trouble there, but that's okay, as the Oilers look to bounce back, make it back to the finals again. Hey, it feels like it was so long ago that happened. It was just like a month ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then summer's almost gone. I don't understand what's
Yeah,
happening.
how did that
I don't
happen?
understand what's
It's
happening.
not-
here.
it's not
okay,
almost
sorry,
gone.
No, I love that. This is Mr.
No.
Half glass half full.
Mr. Half and
It's not
half.
even half.
Mr. Half and Half.
So
I
you said-
counted. It's not half yet.
Okay, so Mr. Quarter full.
Well, it's almost half. one drop short. But yeah,
That,
you know.
I hear you. I feel you.
Yeah.
So we covered the. Is there any other sports stuff that you're into? You're just a hockey guy.
Hockey, basketball, football.
Everything. I remember you were a sports fan before, so we're just catching up on the go here.
You know, I like baseball too, but when it comes to actually physically watching baseball, I don't think I can actually get around to it. 'cause
Come
it's like-
on, bro. They shortened the games. They took like a half hour off the games now.
But here's the thing: the season is like the equivalent to 2 NHL seasons.
It is.
Literally.
It's like 162 compared
Yeah.
to 82. Like,
That's very
Yeah.
true.
like
It's a lot of games.
what math? What like mathematician decided one day I'm gonna make the MLB season 162 games?
That's a really good point. How the hell did they decide on that? That's a great question.
How much money they could bring in? I like.
It's always
literally,
mon-
but
it's
like
always
But
money.
like that's a lot of games.
It's always money.
Like
Like,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
like why are we focusing on a sport that's equivalent to like an NBA season and an NHL season
Together.
combined?
That's true too.
And that's for one season.
You better be careful, dude. You're talking a lot of sense over there. You
Yeah.
better just reel it in.
You take your logic and
Yeah,
get out
outta
of here.
Kick rocks.
I'm actually on your side on this one.
I think we both.
I
are.
mean, I think we can all just be happy that I'm not like dropping F-bombs.
That's true. I did expect it.
Yeah.
I did expect it, and I'm actually quite proud of you, young man, that you've been able to keep it on the rails.
I thought for
quite
sure that
nice.
was going to be just me calling new businesses to take on a swearing work ed student.
I'm not.
Do you got
like-
anywhere that like will take a student that just drops F-bombs at random?
Non-stop. Just a non-stop, random, anytime flow of F-bombs.
Yeah. He's a charming guy, though.
Very charming.
Oh,
like
I'm
like the one
fabulous.
teacher said, if it wasn't for his charm, oh boy, this little pirate would be in some trouble. So you said football. You like the Riders? CFL guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
NFL too?
Yeah, I'm a big Dallas Cowboys guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Carolina Panthers, and this guy would have went crazy. The only Panthers fan I've ever met in my life.
Tim Biakabatuka, Canadian
That was our
running back.
guy, yeah. Michigan Wolverine, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Are we
Wolverines.
forgetting that Steph Curry is a Carolina fan?
Nope.
I don't know Steph Curry.
I don't know. They got another Canadian running back again. It's just amazing. Just
Ridiculous.
the pipeline.
Yeah.
It's great.
You guys are going to be hurting from that trade up for a while, though, hey? With your quarterback?
You know what, though? I learned today Bryce Young has the same birthday as me, so he's...
Oh, happy birthday to Bryce Young. First overall
happy
pick.
birthday to Bryce Young.
The
I think
face of
he's
the
23
franchise,
or
yeah.
22 or 20-something.
One of those. 20-something.
Young. He's young.
Young and
By
talented.
name and by age.
But here's the sad thing about that trade is the Bears won it easily because
Ooh.
when it comes down to things, in order to get Bryce Young, you guys gave up the first overall pick next year and your number one wide receiver.
Where's the salt? He's just
Moore. Yeah,
pouring
just
it
pour it all over.
all over.
I just
my
love how you
wounds.
know that, dude. You're like a little sports monster over there.
It's like you researched just to
Just
twist the
chirp
knife
from
into
you.
my gut.
You did. You
Could have just
probably
had
that
Caleb
already.
Williams with the cannon arm and whatnot.
No,
He's a
dude, Caleb,
full-grown man.
Caleb Williams is going to be the biggest bust in the history of football. He's going to make people forget about Ryan Leaf. That's my big statement.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's going to become the biggest bust in the history of the NFL.
Whoa.
Are we forgetting about the guy whose literal last name was Couch?
Oh, Tim Couch. I remember
Oh.
Tim Couch. Look at you
Like-
go. He was first overall too, wasn't he?
99?
I think so. He was in all of our games.
Yeah.
I mean, that was right when like Cleveland was coming back.
Wow.
He was the new face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why are we talking about Ryan Leaf when there is literally a history of a literal couch playing football?
Well, because Ryan Leaf was like Tim Couch, he threw some touchdowns. Like he showed up. He was in a very bad situation because that was like it was basically like a brand new franchise. So you had to go through the aches and pains of reestablishing a whole new team and all that stuff.
Dennis
and
Northcott was like their wide receiver one that year.
that's all you need to know about that. Not to get too nerdy. Yes, young man.
And here's the crazy thing about those Browns years
Okay.
is at one point they had the legendary Bill Belichick and Nick Saban
Where is this kid coming from?
on one NFL coaching staff.
I will take no credit for anything else he knows, but I want credit. I want credit for this
That is.
historical football.
Did you
knowledge.
guys just
no,
hang
I
out?
Didn't. No, this has never come
What
up before.
the
I don't
hell,
know
bro?
why.
Work at Jamie. What the hell?
This could have been way more pleasant times in grade 9 through.
You guys could have
all
just
the
nerded
way.
out all day. Oh, that
Well,
is
it's a good
so
thing we
cool.
didn't. We would have done nothing.
Yeah,
we would
that's
have
true.
done nothing.
He probably wouldn't have made it.
We
here.
did because
He'd
we
be-
did so much productive work all the time.
So much.
Oh, you guys, I've
We
had
were just
so
so
much fun.
productive.
You guys aren't going to believe this, but we're almost out of time.
Oh man.
We got a couple more minutes. I want to talk about the Rider game tonight. So work at Jamie. You got the Montreal Alouettes and you got the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Who do you got to win tonight? Who's going to take it? Keep in mind, both quarterbacks are injured. Starting quarterbacks.
But they get to have another quarterback on the field.
That's true, right?
But here,
Yeah, that's fair.
but
The
here's,
backups are allowed to play.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
here's the interesting thing about that matchup.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yes, the starting quarterbacks are injured,
Yeah.
but with what Cody Fajardo just did with the Montreal Alouettes,
Dude.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge, winning the Grey Cup in his first year.
Man, how has TSN not called you to give you a job yet, bro? This is
Ha-
wild.
Like, there's clearly something wrong with the entirety of the Riders organization if our past quarterback, who we decided to deal away, more specifically Jeremy O'Day.
Oh boy, he's naming names. He's naming names.
More specifically Jeremy O'Day decided to deal away, only for him to win the big one.
Yeah.
His first year.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's a bit of a letdown for you as a Rider fan?
Yes, massively.
But hey, Trevor Harris is here now. I know he's not playing, but you got Trevor Harris, who's a guy that can throw a ball. And you got Shea Patterson, who's 2-1.
Why are we trusting, like, 40-year-old quarterbacks?
Nothing wrong with being 40 or over 40.
Well, as long as you can still be mobile and complete passes. That's the key.
But here's
I'm pretty sure if you or I were out in the field, if we went over, if we went over like we used to, got the whole crew together, and walked down the street from your house, and went and played with your dad, had him throwing balls, I don't think we could do it anymore. Not like he did.
No.
He was wild. He was still playing with us, and it was like
60-something,
it's
too, and he was
crazy.
just like-
In Weaver Park, man, just running fly routes.
It's embarrassing. It was
Makes me feel
embarrassing.
so much shame now.
You're in your 20s and you're just like getting cooked by your dad.
School.
Still
barely breaking a
in your
sweat.
30s, and you're like, all right, now he's
man.
like legit a senior citizen, and I'm like,
Still, yeah, some
Just
guys
a
just
roast.
got it.
well,
Shout out to
I
Merv.
mean, if it makes you feel any better, my dad is 66, so
Dang. Does he ever run out in the old football field?
he's like a massive football fan, but he'll never actually like probably run out on the field.
Well,
Yeah.
our point is that after you hit 40, man, you can't run out the door, let alone on a field. Like running hurts, you know? As you get old, you know, it's not like we're in your prime like you, where you can just wheel around here, like I said, like your gravedigger out there just ramping over everything and flying around. We can't do that. You and your young, spry mind always rolling through. So you say Fajardo being let go by the Riders was a big, dare I say, left a sour taste in your mouth to the point where you will not.
Massively.
And so you won't even give Trevor Harris a chance. Like these Riders, they're 5-1, 5-2, top of the 5-1, top of the food chain there, whatever it is, top in the West.
Yeah, but I mean, we should have been 6-0, but then again, we were playing a very, very, very good BC team.
Man, that Vernon Adams, he goes out there, and he's like, he goes back to the days like Dan Marino out there. Every game's 400+ yards. Like where's that come from? Like David Archer. Remember David Archer for the Sacramento Gold Miners?
baby.
Yeah.
The
my
crazy
dude.
thing is I'm pretty sure at one point we had Vernon Adams on our roster.
Yeah,
We did, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
Third stringer or something?
of course. You'll notice at one point, I think every starter in the CFL was a former Rider.
Yeah.
I just feel like that could be a stat you could say. People like, yeah, I agree with that. That
I-
sounds about right.
And you might as well say that every like former starter that was a Rider at one point has won a Grey Cup after leaving the Riders. Wink,
So,
wink, nudge, nudge,
what-
Cody.
Again,
Vizcarra.
salt, knife
All
in,
the wounds.
twisting it, and the
Even when they're first in the West without their starting quarterback, we're still leave it to work at Jamie to just cut it open and stir.
This is the stuff I was blocking from my memory.
Yeah,
of
I
all
get
those
it.
years teaching Jamie.
It
was
it
just
all makes
the
sense.
constant harassment.
This is what
I used to
hap-
come home and just like cry myself to sleep, and I
This
was like,
is
oh, I
what
feel good about
happens-
myself these days.
This is what happens when you combine myself with someone like Gary.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it's true. We're like the yin and the yang. I bring
should've-
I bring the sass out of
I
him.
should have known
He
better.
gets sassy, and then you're right in the middle, so you're just taking it the whole
I
time.
should have known better.
Yeah.
But I mean, the crazy thing is you two have been friends since for as long as I can remember.
That's it. And because of him, you and I are now best bros.
True.
So, you know, this crew's got some potential right here. That's what I'm seeing. And that's why I talk about this place in that sort of sense is it's a place where people come with potential, and then we figure out where to put that potential and help it grow. That's why this is like, it's a content creation studio, but it's also a safe space for friends to come in here and create these incredible shows and these incredible projects and work on stuff that you normally would never be able to do. Because
Yeah.
like this is a one-of-a-kind place. No one else that I've ever heard of. We had salespeople looking around to see if anyone else had a studio, which also had a like top-level recording booth in the Tooth booth and a Twitch stream. So it's basically three studios in one. And I like to say it's a transformer stage. Like this guy right here, this table, we can turn it sideways, just and it's there. Then we got a camera up there that you can't see, and we can do top down for board game shows. So we're going to be doing board game shows and Commander Cookout podcast Sidewalk Slams in here. So we're going to move into the like board games. We also have the movie review show, the viewing room with our producers, with the Dragon and the LB. And we have all of these things that are happening, and none of this would have been possible if we didn't just sit down and say, do you know what? No one else is going to do it, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
And that's like you saying, you know what? No one else is going to get my ass into the radio station and get me on the air, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk to the people I need to talk to. And luckily, Mr. Peterson sent me one message. He goes, I got this kid, man. I think he'd be really good. It's like, what's his deal? He goes, swears a bit.
He swears a ton.
Swears a ton. But besides that,
You're going to not want to put him on air, but, you know.
He says, you might not want to put him on air. And the first thing I do is put him on air. And the
Flings the
first
mic
thing he
over.
does is swear. God, what a time.
I will forever be a legend for that.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
dude, I will say this. Like, even now, I can tell from the moment I first met you to the man you become now is like night and day. I feel like your time in that booth, feeling that, you know, oh my goodness, we're live, adrenaline rush, and getting through swearing on the radio and doing all those cool things. I really, really believe it's contributed to you being this stud muffin we got here today.
I mean, let's be totally honest here. Like, I honestly think that as much as, like, it wasn't necessarily advised, I feel like the swearing was needed because it, like,
It was
brought
real.
its own
It was
sense of
real.
personality
That's
to it.
it. Totally. It's real. You know how many times
Totally.
people walk in there and they're fake, like just the fakest people you've ever met. And you can't say anything or do anything about it because it's not your business. That's who they are. That's who they want to be. When you walked in there, man, right off the bat, you weren't putting anything on. Just like right now, you're not putting anything on. This is you. This is who you are.
Yeah, this is me on a plate, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And I'm excited now to watch you power
maneuver
back
my
through
way out
here.
of
Because
here.
are we going to be able to, like, can we get your guy who's picking you up to come in the back alley? Can we send a message, or is it already booked in?
It's already booked. but
Okay, so we're going to whip you right back out front.
Yeah,
I
great.
will make sure to organize that the next,
Next time.
Next
We
time
will
I
do
do
that
this.
for sure. Phenom, you want to get us some Frankie's Fingers so we can play our way out of here today? Thank you so much, my friend. Now, so here's what happens at the end of the show, Jamie. We have a piano song playing right now. And so everyone just pretends to play the piano. So there you go. Get your piano keys going. Get your hands over a little bit more. Go towards your left. Other way, other way, other way, other way, other way, all the way. Yeah, there you go. Now play us some piano. That just looks like you're a conniving villain thinking of the next way to curse on the air. Yes.
He is.
What will we do next? Oh, dude.
How do I
man,
get Gary in trouble for a thing that he runs himself?
This is why we started this right here. I've been thinking about this moment since the last time we were in that studio together. Because I know how much you love doing this stuff, and I know how good you are at it. And obviously this guy's been on before. He knows what's up. And I knew that the three of us together would be absolute magic. So I want to thank you both for joining us this time around. And we will work on getting another one scheduled, and we'll make sure we come in through the back this time, so we don't have to
Definitely.
run the gauntlet. It's like the American
And all he did
Gladiators
show up on
gauntlet.
time, either.
Well, it was my
This
fault.
is like
Wow.
American Ninja Warrior type stuff.
Totally. I'm excited to rip you on that thing, man. It's kind of fun when we're going up and down, because I just got you in the back and we're just going, and it's very cool. It feels like we're on like a bobsled a little bit, hey?
I know, right?
Yeah, two-man bobsled team. Go, dude. Hey, you want to watch the Olympics? Are you guys going to watch it all real quick? We got like 30 seconds.
Watch some.
Yeah? You like the Olympics at all?
I mean, I might. Just like, for like basketball
Just
and
the
hockey.
two. Like,
I
man.
have to, I guess. Yeah, Olympics start, so be sure to take that all in. To work at Jamie, thank you, my friend. It's been an absolute blast. I can't wait till we do this again. To Mr. Peterson, always a pleasure.
Thanks
You
for
know
having
that.
us. This is
Absolutely.
awesome.
And to the Phenom. You in tomorrow? Nice. You'll be back tomorrow. we'll see what we can get going as we got Commander Cookout boys will be in the house. The Pastor Bedtime Podcast gals will be here. And I believe we might have some other surprises. So until then, remember, karma is very, very real. If you start doing good things, you'll notice good things will start happening to you. This is, again, a perfect example of that. This right here, I like to say this is all karma, boys, coming together. So,
Definitely.
love you both very much. And to everyone else, have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.